Hey there guys, how are you? Happy Thursday. I wanted to come in and talk to you about asking questions. This is something I struggle with. It is my least favorite thing, is to ask questions, because I always feel like I'm superficial and I don't want to be superficial. I want to be real and genuine. But when we start conversations or meet people, we have to kind of start with those superficial questions like, hey, how are you? How was your day? What did you do? And in my world, I'm single and I occasionally go on a date or two, and we're asking those questions, and it's just, it's the getting to know each other. And I don't know about you, but I just wish I could like dive in deep and get to know somebody and really have a really great conversation. But a lot of those times you're limited on time. And for example, when you go on a date or go on an outing, you need time. I have a good friend who, I joke, I'm like, I have to hang out with you for 3 hours before we get to the good stuff. Do you have a friend like that? So, and a lot of times we don't have the luxury of time. So I was out and invited to an event, and it was a rare occurrence where I was actually invited and I could go. So I went to this event and we had a little bit of time, but I'm an introvert. So after about 90 minutes, I'm done. So we were visiting and we were talking about vacations, and I shared about my vacation. And then another person at the table said, have you ever vacationed by yourself, Melissa? And I said, no, actually it's a bucket list to go on a vacation by myself. And she goes, well, I went on vacation by myself. I went to the redwoods in California, and that's when I learned how I could pee in the woods. And then I figured out I could do anything. Once I figured out how to pee in the woods, I could do anything. And we all giggled and laughed. And then I'm like, that is really cool. So what's a moment where you could do anything? And I said to the next person, like, what was a moment in your life where you could do anything? Realize that. And you guys, it morphed into the most beautiful evening of conversation. One person shared how she's a woman, and she goes, when I could fly a commercial jet, that's when I realized I could do anything. And another person talked about her husband and just said, when I met my husband, I realized I could do anything. He is the most supportive, loving person ever. And because I have him in my life, I know I can do anything. Another one shared a story about when I regained custody of my daughter, I knew I could do anything. And he shared this grueling story of how his daughter was taken away, and he had hundreds of thousands of dollars and court visits. And he shared this awful 2-year process to get his daughter back. And it was the most amazing circle of conversation that shared a little bit of authenticity and vulnerability and just appreciation and love and admiration and respect for each of the people at the table. It was so cool. So my one question that I am going to keep in my back pocket, because I have read books on the topic, is what is a moment in your life, or when was a moment in your life when you felt you could do anything? What does that do for you? For me, it brought up moments in my life where, yes, extraordinary things have happened. When I delivered my 3rd baby in a water birth, it was the most euphoric moment that I had, because that was a goal, and it just was amazing. And then there's some other moments in life where they weren't as pivotal, but they were pivotal in my mindset. And you would think getting divorced would be one of those. And it wasn't that, but it was when I secured a line of credit on my home so I could do the build out for my commercial property. That was a euphoric moment of, I did this, I can do anything, because that was all on me and my decision and my choices and my character that were on the line to secure that line of credit so that I could build out this dream facility. So those are 2 of mine. I would love for you to comment and share something in your life that just made you feel, or just even reflect on that and journal it and just know that we all have these moments in our life, big or small, that go, I'm created for purpose. And this was a moment that validated that purpose. And go shine your light really bright. So I want to share that with you and take that question, when was a moment in your life that you could do anything or felt that you could do anything? And share that with your partner, or share that with your kids, or at Thanksgiving dinner around the table, and watch the person tell the story and watch them sit up a little taller and watch your love and admiration for them grow. It was a cool night. So wanted to share that with you. Hope you guys have a great week. We'll see you next week.